Hello, and welcome back to Mindfully Rich Podcast, your weekly look at life and finances with a twist where we talk about improving your overall relationship with money and building better financial habits. On each episode, I'll discuss real life situations and give y'all practical advice. The point of this podcast is to help you stay in your financial lane and to enhance your overall financial behaviors so you won't end up broke. I'm your creator and host, Richie. Now, let's jump into today's conversation. What's up, y'all? We back 56 episodes in. Gotta start with the big ups. Thanking y'all so much for supporting your girl. Oh my goodness. Every single week, the listens just continue to go up for no reason at all, it seems like. And I'm just like, they really liking it. So just got to shout y'all out. For those of y'all who are not following the podcast on Instagram, check me out at mindfully_rich_podcast. Subscribe on whatever platform it is that you're listening to. My best friend brought up a great point. If you're listening to the podcast on Buzzsprout, there isn't a way that you can subscribe there. But if you're listening on, say, a Spotify or Apple Podcasts, iHeartMedia, any of those type of platforms, Google Podcasts, any of those, you are able to subscribe. But platforms like Buzzsprout, because that's the platform that I upload my podcast in, they provide like a player. There's not a subscription there. So just wanted to kind of clear that up. But for those of y'all that are listening on those different media platforms, go ahead and subscribe and also write a review for your girl. Really appreciate it. If you're not feeling it, keep your review. I don't even know why you're here. I just don't. Okay. Anyways, for those of y'all that are new to the podcast, I'm your host and creator, Richie. What I like to do each and every week is to take a topic. We go into what's called the mindful money moment because the topic always has something to do with finances or money. And I'm also going to put, a spin on whatever the traditional thought may be. I may even have a story that goes alongside that topic point. And so just giving y'all some information, but just want to make sure that I tell you while you're listening. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe before we go ahead and keep going with the episode. So let's go ahead and jump into today's mindful money moments. And y'all, I love Would You Rathers. I'm that person. I love games and I love deep introspective questions that make you think, especially dealing with money. And so today's Would You Rather for our mindful money moment is, would you rather receive $60,000 in cash or $600,000 in pennies? Now, I know y'all probably thinking about that. And I want you to think about it because I found this on one of my favorite pages to go to on Instagram, is Spiritual Word. So if y'all haven't checked them out, I love their content. And so when I saw this, I was like, bet that's definitely going on the show. But what did you hear me say? Because when I was reading the comments, it was so funny. Everyone saw the $60,000 in cash, but for some reason, for the $600,000 in pennies, everyone heard 600,000 pennies versus $600,000 in pennies. Now, this is a no-brainer. Of course, give me $600,000 in pennies. Yes, all money cash. Okay, I'll take coins. Yes, I love my coins. And it was so funny to me to read the comments and see so many people just say, I don't want coins, give me the cash. And it really proved to me as a financial professional just to see how lazy people can be, how people don't comprehend. And then it was just interesting just to see, because who doesn't want $600,000, right? $600,000, whether that's in cash, that's a check, or it's in coin, it's $600,000 at the end of the day. All right. And so that would be my choice. I'm hoping that y'all chose the same thing. Or did you hear what some of the people in the comments section, what they heard? 600,000 pennies. Because 600,000 pennies is only $6,000. But that wasn't the question. The question asks if you would rather receive a certain amount in cash or a certain amount in coins. And so I wanted to talk about this just because everybody be thinking they ready to receive some money, right? We all say, if I was to get this amount of money. So let's just say you were to get $600,000. would you even know what to do with it? Y'all know I'm a financial girl, I'm a money girl. And so receiving big lumps of cash at one time, y'all, it can be more than what you believe you'll be able to handle. If you've looked at Lottery Changed My Life, or I think it's like Lottery Winners, it's something on one of those stations. I think it's like TLC or Discovery. You get a chance to see how those lottery winners, what they do with their money, how they go broke. And even BET, they had a series called Blew a Bag, and just showing how you have rap artists or, just artists in general who go through money. Because when you receive a big lump sum of money like that, you have to understand how to manage it. And y'all know I'm your money girl, and lots of people don't know how to manage that. And so even if you were to receive that amount of money, you need to understand what you will do with the money. You also need to be ready to spend the money wisely. And also, you want to avoid some things. And so, I want to give y'all some reasons why people go broke after they receive a big lump sum of cash. So, that first reason why is that some people think that money will make them happy. Money won't make you happy. Money is simply a tool. If your life is messed up, if everything is going wrong for you, that's not going to change when you receive money. You just got things that are going wrong. So in your life, you'll have money so you won't go into debt. But the thing is, inside, if your emotions, if mentally you're not stable, you're not going to be stable. So money's not going to fix whatever it is that's going on inside of you. And I believe that people think that it will. The second reason is having money doesn't change you as the driver, your spending habits, the things that make you spend money. Okay, if you spend a lot of money now, you're going to spend a lot of money when you get a lump sum of it. You don't just automatically change. That's the reason why financial literacy is so important. Understanding how to manage your money is so important, because people will think, I get $600,000, now I'm straight. Yes, you could be, but you have to understand where you're allotting your money. How are you going to be able to keep your money for the long term? Are you investing some of that? You're saving some of that? What are you doing now, middle term, future terms? What are you doing with it? And not just spending, because that's what some people do. And if you watch any of those lottery shows, you get a chance to see that that's what happens, which leads into the next reason that people go broke after receiving a big lump sum of cash is because people be plotting. People be plotting on you because we're human beings. Some of us have hearts. So if you receive a lump sum of money, if your people know about it, they feel like they received a lump sum of money. You may feel in your heart, I need to make sure that I'm taking care of this one, that one, the other one. I'm telling you, it happens, y'all. There are lottery winners that kill themselves because they're so tired of taking care of other people, because they felt so entitled when they received that money. Other people can feel entitled to the money you have. It could be your parents. It could be your siblings. It can be outsiders, your friends. People do it. We live in a world where there are, and I hate to say this, I'm a millennial, so I know people who feel entitled to take care of their parents or feel entitled to take care of their siblings, whether they're older or younger, because they feel like they're doing good in life. I know people who are taking care of other family members because you feel obligated for some reason, because maybe they took care of you or they did this, they did that. So those are some reasons why people go broke after receiving a big lump sum of money. And so I want us to all be out here flourishing, us to be able to get some money, get the bag, but you got to understand how to keep the bag. Okay? And so the point of me bringing up this whole episode is, one, comprehending, okay, the $60,000 in cash versus $600,000 in pennies. $600,000 in pennies is going to be the best bet, okay? Comprehending, and then also understanding that even if you receive a lump sum of money, that won't fix every single thing in life. You still have to have the basics of understanding how to manage money in order to be able to receive more money and be able to handle that amount of money that you're receiving. Okay. So hopefully we're getting those basic money management tools down and getting our resources. So listening to this podcast, this is a resource for you. There's so much literacy out there for you. If you need budgets, if you need to understand, managing your money, I got tons of episodes, that you can go check out. There's also so much that's on the internet. There's too much information on the internet. So you want to make sure that you are utilizing your resources. And I always say this as well, for those people who are like, man, if I could only make some more money. Being able, and I believe that this is a Bible verse, you have to be able to manage what it is that you have to ever be able to receive anything else and do something with that. Because if you don't manage, if you can't manage $2, you won't be able to manage 200, 20,000, 200,000, and so on. So you want to be a good steward of the money that you have now so that when you start receiving them coins, you're able to manage that well, have all of the things you not only need, but the things that you want. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Mindfully Rich Podcast. If you haven't already, check out last week's episode. Check out IG at mindfully_rich_podcast. That is my podcast page of choice. That's my social media of choice right now for the savings challenge. If you're trying to keep up with the amounts that you're depositing, go ahead and check it out on IG. But I want y'all to live life mindfully, intentionally, and on purpose. And until next time, when I hit y'all with another one.